Hello, welcome to my home and welcome to our sacred space that I created for us today. I'm Olivia and this is Tarot and Coffee with Olivia, here to do your daily pick a card. I'm going to shuffle the deck. If you've never done a daily pick a card, it's easy to do. Just follow along with the video. And of course, all kinds of people do it all different ways, so there's not a right or wrong way to do it. This is my Ryder Waite tarot deck. And we've got some good things coming up for you today. Now, I have some card toppers here. I am going to go ahead and show them to you up close. They're just rocks that I found. Just walking in the neighborhood, most of them. Except for this Flourite. This Flourite I found in one of my tarot bags when I went to a fundraiser to read tarot. When I got home, that was in my bag. I'm not sure what to call these, and again, this one was found in one of my bags, like a secret gift. As you can see, this one is written or painted on, and it was worn away when I found it, and I found it somewhere like a gutter or a ditch, or I would have left it because it looks like it had meaning and maybe belonged in someone's garden, but it wasn't in a garden. Okay, so I am going to have timestamps below so that you know, so that you can skip ahead. And the way a pickle card usually works, is that you pick your rock or your stone, and that's your card. Now, some people find that more than one card resonates for them, so they'll pick more than one. That's fine. Some people will pick all four of them, and that's fine too. I just don't integrate them like I would in a tarot reading for a person, individual. These are general readings, so do take what resonates with you and leave the rest. However, they're fun. I think they're a lot of fun, regardless. So I'm going to give you some time to pick one of the card toppers while I have a sip of my coffee. Also, if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video right now, and that will give you plenty. That way you can take all the time that you need in order to figure out which one's resonating, okay? Or which two are resonating. Or you can wait till they're all turned over and say, oh yeah, I like that one. Okay, these videos are timeless, which means anytime that you find them, it's meant for you. If you're looking for another timeless video, I think the playlist is called Timeless. So there's something like Timeless in the title, and that whole playlist is timeless, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and see what's under this rock right here. I am going to go ahead and get my easel out. Although I will show the card up close at first, okay? The Two of Pentacles. See this infinity symbol right here? That always gets me. And the way that he's kind of, they are dancing. It looks like they're dancing and juggling. And it looks like the waves are dancing with them. Because they're kind of going with the flow. Or they're using the play of the ocean as their backbeat, right? So When I saw this card today, it made me think of playing a cosmic game. So, I have a little story with this, okay? So, I've done a lot of reading. I've read a lot of books in my life. I'm a big reader. I used to climb trees and read. So, I'm not real sure what book or books, and I'm sure it was more than one book I got this from. But when people pass over, when people die, when their heart stops and they're revived, some of them have stories to tell when they come back, or they have something to say. And there are two things that they always say or often say. And one of the things is, it's not at all what you think. This is, it's not at all what you think. The other thing that they say is, it's going to be okay. Bear with me. Bear with me. I know it's a long story. So that's what let's just move forward. So it's going to be okay. So before George R. Martin came along with the Game of Thrones, we all knew that our characters in our favorite television shows were going to be okay. They weren't going to die. Books are different. We always knew our favorite character could die in a book. But we could rest assured on our favorite TV shows that they wouldn't be killed and everything would be okay by the end of the show, or by the end of the episode. But the question I ask you with this card today is, how would you live your life differently if you knew in the end it was all going to be okay and nobody really dies? Now, I know that's a stretch for some of you. I'm not asking you to believe the way I do, but I am asking you to think about that. How would you live your life differently if you knew it was all going to be okay and nobody really dies? So this is about change, and I remember in one of the books I read, in fact, I'll try to remember to link it in the bio. I'm not ready to leave that card just yet, because it is about change, but it's about creating your own change for yourself. It's a worker bee card, or a vocation card, a talents card. So create the work that you want, create the vocation that you want, the job that you want. You may be anyway. We'll leave it at that. That's your card. That's really a fun card to have. You might be feeling, go with the flow. You might be feeling, and the flow is like dancing or playing a game. Move towards happiness. Think of what you love rather than how much money is it going to make. And you might find that you can do both. Now we're going to see what's under the second card here. The Queen of Swords. No, the King of Swords. The King of Swords. Some of you may be females out there, but this is your card, which is a masculine card. That's okay. That's allowed. So the King of Swords is a very, very, very interesting fella. He is spiritual and intellectual. He is knowledgeable and aware of what's going on around him. He's also aware of the boundaries of his influence, which is his kingdom. He's a strong mental force. So ask yourself, before you wield your sword, what are your true motives? Think your actions through to the end. Tell yourself a story. If I actually do this, if I actually decide to knight this person, or if I actually decide to promote this person at work, or if I actually decide to take in this foster child, I don't know what your situation is. Think it through. Think it all the way through to the end, or as far as you can think, and what effect it has on your entire kingdom, because everything we do has a ripple effect. And that's when you know you've sussed out how it's going to happen, you've really thought about it, you've researched it, you have vetted your research, then wield your knife. Then do it. Then do the thing, the big thing. Whatever that big thing is. You may be asking, what is that big thing? That's when we take the cards, if we're at an individual reading, and we'll clarify. So let's say I threw down the Sun and the Seven of Swords and the King of Swords. That's a whole nother story there. That's saying that you will, once you get past your fears, then you will move forward in the light, and it will be revealed to you what that big thing is. If we were talking to one another, you might be able to read that yourself and figure out what that big thing is. We could work on that together. So that's just a little example. That was just kind of it just kind of happened on accident, that example. It wasn't in my notes. I wasn't supposed to do that. Let's see what's under the Flourite. The Eight of Pentacles. One of my favorite cards. I know I say that about a lot of them, but I do have a lot of favorite cards. I want you to notice. See this in the background here? Let me hold it up close again. I think of that building as his family home off in the distance. It looks like a nice place to live with your whole entire family, with a nice courtyard, something like that. So, with the Eight of Pentacles, let's go ahead and talk about what this means for you today. Learning takes practice. Quality takes time. Like wax on and wax off in the Karate Kid. Once that part's fully understood, or once it's lived, the practice, the gaining, the experience to take the time to make a quality item, then comes the entrepreneurial spirit. Okay, so here's someone working on their craft, and they've actually been working really hard. They've done a lot of it. They do a really good job, and now they've decided they don't want to do this for the company man, and they don't want to be the company man anymore, or they feel like they need, they do a really good job. They need a raise above the newbies that aren't doing as much quality. Whatever it is, do your process, map it out. What's important to you in life? It almost has a similar story as the Two of Pentacles in a way, because it is usually about vocation or talent. But once you do that, you must remember that you are the boss of your life. You are the leader. You are the master of your own destiny and the director of your life's work. What are you going to do with it? Because truly, you can take what you have learned and you can make this a vocation, something that helps support you enough to be able to have this nice big family compound in the background. So I'm taking it really far, but it could mean a raise or a promotion at work. It could mean, but often it starts with you realizing your worth, okay? You realizing how far you've come and what you've done, and then making it pay off. Okay, let's go ahead and see. Oh, you know what? I'm going to need another sip of coffee. Oh. I can tell this video is going to be long. Well, let's see what we have. I call this Biscotti. Did I already say that? I probably did. Knight of Wands. Oh, let me show you up close. One of the things I like about this card is that the knight, it's very hard to, the knight looks very feminine when you look up close. And I enjoy that. The Knight of Wands. Let's talk about this. It's time to talk about the Knight of Wands. I want you to note these pyramids in the background. See that? So, the pyramids stand for wisdom, science, mystery, and proximity to the gods. So, with the Knight of Wands, I always think of this knight being very much a truth seeker, but one who, almost like someone on a quest for truth. But I also think of their wand or their baton as almost like a flashlight shining into the darkness. Now, I think that about the Knight of Swords too. The knights, I also think about them as public servants. So, this particular one I think of as kind of a social worker in a way. Someone who is the savior of the innocent. So what would this mean for you today? What it means is that you have the tools that you need to embark on a true spiritual quest. Not necessarily all spiritual. Put some wisdom, put some science. There's some mystery in there, but mix it all up with some spirituality. Am I making sense? I'm not sure I'm making sense. If you have this card today, ask yourself, just enjoy your mind, okay? Enjoy thinking about things. Enjoy thinking about science. Enjoy thinking about the mysteries of life. And then go ahead and take a little quest. And this is a quest to your local library. And if you didn't know, you can get an app on your phone and you can check out audiobooks from the library without ever having to go anywhere. And you can put multiple public libraries on there. This is in the States. I know some people watch my video in other countries, which is very exciting because I've seen India. I've seen the UK, which I kind of know who that might be. And I've seen, well, that's mostly what I've seen in my analytics in my videos. So I don't even know if I finished that card yet, but basically, go and do good work. Take a spiritual journey or an intellectual journey. Pick up, think about something that you've always been interested in. Instead of going to Google, go ahead and do some deep study on it. And that's what I've got for you. So here we are. We're at the end of this video, which is always kind of like, aw. It's like, oh, my friends have to go now. So, thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. Now's a good time to give me that thumbs up if you decide you want to do that. Give me I love that y'all are leaving comments. Thank you for the tips. I'm really excited that a few of you have been giving tips. I really appreciate that. Subscribe. I think that, I do have a little disclaimer here. I have to tell you my disclaimer. I hope this is what you needed. I hope you found what you liked. Please do take what resonates with you, but leave the rest. Don't make life-altering decisions or changes based on this or any other video tarot pick a card. But do connect with me on my social medias linked below. Book with me on my website or on my Keen link below for a personal, more detailed reading. And subscribe. Thank you for being here. See you next time.